Most people believe their biggest financial mistake is not earning enough money. That belief alone is already the problem. The real mistake is much deeper and far more dangerous because it feels responsible, safe, and even admirable. It's the belief that stability comes from owning things instead of becoming something. And if you stay with me through this entire conversation, you're going to understand why so many hardworking, intelligent people end up financially exhausted, emotionally stuck, and confused about why effort never turns into freedom. Let's start by challenging a belief that almost no one questions. You've been taught that the ultimate sign of success is owning a home. Not building skills, not building a brand, not building leverage, a house, a fixed structure that ties you to one place, one set of expenses, and one version of your life. People treat this decision like a milestone, but rarely like a strategy. And that's where things quietly go wrong. A home feels productive because money goes into it every month. But productivity is not about movement. Productivity is about return. A house you live in does not generate income. It does not bring opportunity to your door. It does not introduce you to new people. It does not adapt when your career needs to shift. It simply consumes capital and locks it in place. People defend this decision by comparing it to renting, saying rent is wasted money. But that comparison misses the point entirely. When you go to a hospital, you don't buy the building. You rent the bed for as long as you need it, then you leave. When you travel, you don't buy the hotel. You use the room, gain the experience, and move on. Living should be treated the same way. Housing is a utility, not an investment when it does not generate income. The moment you confuse comfort with growth, you slow your future down. The money that goes into down payments, renovations, furniture, and maintenance is money that could have been used to build skills, promote a business, learn marketing, develop a personal brand, or fund mobility. Those things compound. A house does not. And the most dangerous part is that the cost is invisible. You don't feel the opportunities you never took because your money was locked in concrete. Another silent cost is immobility. Career growth often requires movement. Different cities, different environments, different networks. People who stay in one place too long become comfortable, and comfort kills urgency. If you study people who consistently create wealth, you'll notice something uncomfortable. They move. They follow opportunity. They meet money where it exists instead of waiting for it to show up at their door. Notice how truly wealthy people rarely talk about the house they live in. They talk about where they're going next, who they're meeting, what they're building. Wealth follows motion. Poverty clings to permanence. Staying put feels safe, but safety rarely produces growth. This connects to a deeper issue that almost no one wants to admit. Your financial habits are not just personal choices. They are inherited beliefs. Poverty is taught, so is middle-class thinking. The stories you heard growing up about money shaped your nervous system long before you ever earned your first paycheck. If you were taught that rich people are greedy, you will sabotage success the moment you approach it. If you were taught that working hard is the same as building wealth, you'll stay busy and broke. If you were taught to avoid mistakes at all costs, you'll avoid learning at all costs. And learning is the only real multiplier. This is why sudden money doesn't fix broken thinking. Lottery winners lose money. Professional athletes go bankrupt. Not because they didn't earn enough, but because their identity never changed. Money amplifies who you already are. If you have a scarcity mindset, money disappears faster. If you lack financial literacy, money leaks out in every direction. People get angry when this is pointed out because it feels personal. It feels unfair. But ignoring it doesn't change it. Until your mindset changes, money will not stay. You don't become wealthy by earning more. You become wealthy by becoming someone who can hold, grow, and direct money intentionally. Commitment plays a powerful role here. When you truly commit to growth, help shows up in unexpected ways. Opportunities rarely arrive in the packaging you expect. Sometimes it's a difficult conversation. Sometimes it's a failure. Sometimes it's a person you initially underestimate. The key is awareness. If you ask for growth, you must be willing to receive it in forms that challenge you. Age anxiety destroys potential faster than failure ever could. People in their 20s feel rushed because culture sells overnight success. Social media compresses timelines and makes decades of effort look like luck. The truth is uncomfortable but freeing. You are not late. You are early. Real progress compounds slowly, then suddenly. The smartest move is not chasing money. It's building foundations, learning your craft deeply, meeting mentors, making mistakes while the consequences are still small. 7 years of focused growth can set up decades of freedom. But impatience convinces people to skip the process and chase appearances instead. Mistakes are not a detour. They are the curriculum. People who avoid failure avoid growth. Schools teach you to fear mistakes, but life rewards those who learn from them. Playing it safe feels responsible, but it often results in stagnation. Growth requires contrast, wins and losses, ups and downs, right and wrong. You cannot be positive all the time because reality isn't. Another major trap is trying to win alone. Business is not a solo sport. People who succeed understand leverage. They build teams, accountants, lawyers, advisors, mentors. Refusing help is not independence, it's ego. Walking into a complex system without support is like stepping onto a field alone against a team and then complaining about fairness. Prosperity is different from hustling. Hustling burns energy. Prosperity builds systems. Grinding trades time for money. Creating machines trades strategy for scale. There is nothing noble about staying broke out of pride. Wanting money is not immoral. Money is a tool. It amplifies impact. You cannot help but scale if you are struggling to survive. The biggest shift happens when you stop trying to look successful and start trying to become capable. When you stop investing in symbols and start investing in skills. When you stop anchoring yourself to comfort and start positioning yourself for growth. The goal is not to own impressive things. The goal is to build a life that moves, adapts, and expands. A life where money flows because value flows. A life where you are not trapped by decisions made out of fear or tradition. If there is one idea to carry with you, let it be this: stability does not come from what you own. It comes from who you become. And once you understand that, every financial decision changes forever.